Good morning, everyone, and welcome back to another episode of Sugar Mama's Fire Play. I am your host, financial planner, Canna Campbell, and this morning, I am literally bursting at the seams because I have something very exciting to share with you that I know will make a meaningful impact on your life. That is the Sugar Mama 10-day Financial Reset Challenge. This is a challenge that I started this time last year. In fact, I had to do it from Hong Kong. And it is an amazing, fun challenge, which really takes us back to the basics of what we want to achieve and why with our financial goals and our financial journey. And this is the perfect time to be doing this, as most of us are officially returning back to work for 2025. The holiday season has sadly come to an end, and we really need to make sure that we hit the ground running with optimal levels of motivation, focus, and clarity. So this is your perfect chance, your perfect opportunity to take small, simple steps towards building a greater sense of financial clarity, financial confidence, and financial motivation for your journey around money and financial well-being. It is the perfect way to hit reset and refresh your perspective and launch into 2025, feeling strong, feeling powerful, and being in control. And the best part? It is completely free. It takes just a few minutes each day, and it is designed to be fun and achievable for absolutely everyone. Whether you are new to fixing your finances and you're feeling completely overwhelmed and not sure as to where to start, or whether you're a seasoned financial expert, this is for absolutely everyone, regardless of where you are starting financially. And it is an absolute honor to be able to do this with you. And if you're wondering, I'm actually doing this with you. Yes, I will be doing all the tasks, all the exercises each day. So we're literally doing this together as a power couple, you could say. Now, as I mentioned, this is free and it is quick and easy to access. There's only 2 conditions you need to follow. That is, number 1, you are following me on Instagram at Sugar Mama TV, because this is where I'm going to be sharing all the tasks and exercises each morning at around about 7 a.m. I also recommend, if you're on the TikTok platform, to make sure you're following me there, because I'll be going through the same task and exercise, but in more detail. So if you love the exercise, you want to know more, want to go deeper, make sure you're following me on TikTok, Sugar Mama, because you can actually get more information from that particular platform. And of course, make sure you save and share every single post and task that you do. Comment, share your feedback, share your insights, your discoveries, how you feel after you've done that task. And of course, please tag all your friends as you're doing this, because we can really create a huge wave of serious financial empowerment and really raise the benchmark of financial literacy, not just in Australia, but around the world. All right, so in today's episode, it's a short but sweet one, but I'm going to explain to you why this challenge matters to you, why you need to be doing it, and what you're going to gain from it. I'm going to break down how the Sugar Mama 10-day Financial Reset Challenge works, so that you can mentally prepare for each topic that we're going to be covering each day. And then, of course, I'll explain to you in more detail as to how you can access all of this information. And if you get stuck, how to actually get in contact with me and ask those questions. So there's a lot to be covered in this particular episode if you're really excited about embracing this challenge. And of course, I'll also share with you in this episode, if you miss a day, how to quickly and easily catch up. All right, everyone, let's begin breaking down the Sugar Mama 10-day Reset Challenge. All right, so to start off, I'm going to walk you through what each day of the challenge actually looks like and why it matters to you. So day 1, we're going to be really focusing on your why. I'm going to give you some really simple tasks for you to do that don't cost anything and literally take a couple of minutes. This is a really important part, and probably the most important one to kickstart this, because when it comes to working on our financial well-being, or actually any goal, having said that, you need to understand what it is, why you are working on this. Quite often when I ask people, why are you working on your financial well-being? Why are you working on these financial goals? They answer this sort of surface level answer, which has no depth or meaning to it. There's nothing necessarily wrong with that. But if you want to make sure that you have longevity with your financial journey, that you remain committed and connected to that path, you need to have a really deep understanding as to what your why is all about. And this is about going deep, understanding, because when you connect with your why, It is just like this absolute fuel of fire that burns within you so that you keep going and you have a far greater sense of resilience and you're far less likely to be distracted. So I'll give you some exercises to help you really discover your own why. And of course, I'm going to make sure you write absolutely everything down. So you might want to pop out to the shops or grab a piece of paper, a notepad and pen to have ready every morning at 7 a.m. So we could say that day one is all about finding your anchor, your compass, and your ultimate source of financial power. All right, day two. So day two is about doing a stock take of your finances. It's about being really honest, and this exercise may be particularly uncomfortable for some who just have been sort of burying their head in the sand. This is the perfect task for you, and I promise you, you're going to feel so much better once you've done this. But it's about looking at where you stand financially, looking at the savings, the debts, the superannuation, and of course, what insurance policies you may have in place. Now, the reason why this particular task is so incredibly important is you can't improve what you don't measure. So, this is really about gaining that essential clarity and control in knowing exactly where you stand so you can start making informed decisions and can actually see how and where you are improving. This is something that a financial planner will do at the very start of doing a financial plan for you. So you're almost, creating your own financial plan for yourself. Now, on that note of clarity, a quick shout out to my friend and colleague, Adam McCabe from Blue Lantern. He's actually also running a similar financial challenge, but this is purely focused around mortgages. So if you're someone who has a mortgage or has a goal to pay off their mortgage, make sure you go and check out Adam's Instagram account because he's sharing his challenge, which actually only goes for 7 days. And if you're wondering, is this a duplicate of challenges? Nope. I've actually had a look at what Adam's challenge actually involves with his kind generosity, and it's actually a brilliant combination. So you can literally do the Sugar Mama 10-day financial reset challenge, and of course, you can do Adam's 7-day mortgage challenge. So again, just to recap, day two is about taking stock take of your finances, which, yes, of course, can include your mortgage. Day three. So day three is about setting financial goals. I am a goal addict. I am completely obsessed with goals. If I don't have a goal in my life, I just feel out of whack. I lose my sense of balance. I get distracted. I waste precious, valuable time, and I become I guess I could say I have an element of self-destruction there. So this is about setting meaningful goals for ourselves and meaningful goals with deadlines. And I promise you, I'm not going to talk about that generic SMART goal strategy. Yes, it is very valuable and very helpful, but I'm going to go deeper with you when it comes to setting goals. And again, we will pick up on our why in setting those goals so that you really do have a proper roadmap for your financial journey. And remember, a goal without a plan is just simply a wish. So it's about taking your whys, understanding about where you stand, and then building some goals as to where you want to land by the end of 2025. And we really are hitting the ground running for 2025. So that is day three, what we'll be covering. Day four is about actually refining those goals. So taking those goals to a next level. Often when I'm writing my goals, I write them down and I think, yep, that's done. But it's not until I come back, typically about 24 hours later, and I reread those goals, I actually find I'm able to add some important ingredients to those goals. I go deeper. I add some keywords to those goals. I change the tense of these goals. I change them to the present moment, which really kickstarts my sense of empowerment and motivation. And it means that the wheels are in motion rather than constantly telling myself, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do this. I flick it to, I am doing this, which then organically comes out in my actions every single day without really trying. So really about going deeper and deeper and deeper as possible, deeper as we could possibly go, and redefining our goals and really reflecting as to what is important to us, what is actually a priority, what is a non-negotiable and essential, and something that we may have accidentally put on our list of goals that actually isn't really that important and doesn't really float our boat. We can get rid of those fluffy, flaky goals and just really hone in as to what is really important, what we really want to achieve for this particular year, and we have this crystal clear sense of commitment in our lives. Day five is then focused purely around superannuation. So we're going to be looking at where is our superannuation? How is it invested? Is it the right type of investment for us and our goals now that we have those really clear? And really getting down and dirty with how much we really need for retirement. I'm going to be giving you some formulas, some calculators, some numbers to really think about as to how much money we need in super so that you stop following what the averages are out there. Because in my mind, and not just my personal mind, but in my professional mind, the averages of what the average Australian has in their superannuation is far too low. So I really want to stop people thinking, well, the average person's got 200,000 super, I've got 192,000 super, I'm fine. No, you're not. It doesn't actually work like that. You need to think about what you want on your terms and build up towards that number. And as you know from listening to this podcast channel, superannuation is one of your most powerful tools for long-term wealth. So awareness now can make all the difference for your future. Trust me on that. Day 6 is going to be a continuation of superannuation. And of course, yes, I promise you we'll be touching on budgeting and cash flow because they do work in unison with getting more money into your superannuation and, of course, achieving all of those goals. Day 8, we're going to be talking about investing. Talking about the various different types of investments, but I really will be touching on shares because that's an area that I'm so passionate about, in particular Australian industrial shares. As you may know, I'm a huge fan of Peter Thornhill and his investment philosophy, which is one of the key strategies of my own financial game plan. We're going to be talking about building passive income, long-term growing passive income. And you'll see from listening to this particular challenge and following and doing the tasks that investing is key to financial independence. Not just savings, guys, investing. And this task that I'm going to give you helps you see the actual potential of passive income in your life, particularly when you receive your first passive income check or deposit. The penny's going to drop and you'll see how this actually fits into your bigger financial picture. Day 9, we're going to be focusing on insurance, not just general insurance like your home and contents insurance, but talking about personal insurance. What happens if you can't work due to a medical reason? Who's going to pay the rent? Who's going to pay the mortgage? Who's going to put food on the table? This is why things like income protection are really important to have in your life. And you've got to be considering as to whether they are right for you. And when I say if they're right for you, I'd say about 90% of Australians need income protection, unless you are swimming in cash, have absolutely no debt, and an excessive amount of passive income that exceeds your living expenses. It is highly likely that you need income protection. So not only are we going to be looking at if you need income protection or not, we'll be looking at making sure, or helping make sure, that you have the right type of income protection in your life. And it won't be just income protection. We'll be talking about life cover, TPD cover, and trauma cover as well. And then day 10. Day 10 is about reflecting and planning ahead. I don't want this to be a 10-day challenge that you do, tick off, and then just go back to your normal day every life. I want this 10-day challenge to have a profound impact in your life. I want it to be the catalyst, the breakthrough, the shift in your life where you actually realize how powerful you are, how capable you are to make powerful, positive improvements in your life with money and with growing financial freedom and harmony in your life. So this is where we're going to be investing time reflecting, looking at what you've just achieved for yourself, looking at what you want to build upon, what you want to continue on, including incorporating into your days, into your life going forward throughout 2025. It's about staying on track. It's about staying in control. And of course, continuing to make yourself accountable. Reflecting really solidifies your progress and it helps turn these insights into lifelong habits. So that is what the 10-day Sugar Mama Challenge in a nutshell. As I mentioned, I'm going to be doing this with you. I'm not sitting here on my high horse giving you instructions. I'm actually getting down and dirty with you and facing the reality of my own financial situation and looking at what I can do myself, both Tom and I, within my family, to improve our financial well-being and continue on going from strength to strength. At all times, I'm here to help you. So, if you have any questions about this particular challenge, the task, the exercises, or what you're discovering about yourself, I'm going to ask that you please put your question in the Instagram reel that I share each morning at 7 a.m. How do I explain this? So basically, my Instagram account has been inundated with porn, which is horrible. So if you send me a DM, it is highly likely that your DM will get lost in the really inappropriate content that I somehow cannot block in my life right now. Now, by you putting your question in the reel as a comment, I will then see it and I can then send you a DM. Of course, you do not need to go and share confidential private information. That's not what it's about. For me to actually see your question, I need to see it as a comment. And one other thing I would absolutely love for you guys to do is get your friends, your family, if you have a partner or a husband or someone you really love that you think would benefit from doing this 10-day challenge, tag them in all of the reels so that they can be a part of this. Now, for anyone who's got a bit of a busy week ahead as most of us return back to work, please know that if you miss a day, it's not disastrous. You can very easily catch up because whilst I'll be sharing the instructions as a story, the instructions will also be saved as a reel on the Sugar Mama Instagram account grid. So, for example, say you miss Thursday and Friday, that's okay. You can use the weekend to catch up. You'll have all the instructions to follow clearly saved. And again, to remind you, if you have questions, put them as a comment in the reel. Please don't send me a DM because I will miss it amongst all the prolific information that are being sent by spam, unfortunately. So I am incredibly excited about this challenge. And of course, don't forget to go and follow Adam McKay from Blue Lantern if you have a mortgage and you want to also tackle your mortgage whilst also doing this reset challenge. It is so exciting to do this. I've been building up all weekend. I actually got quite sick last week and I prioritized getting to sleep, letting my body rest, quitting all those gym workouts that I had planned so I could ensure that I am launching this morning on a positive, healthy, fit note with a huge sense of clarity and motivation that's going to hopefully support you and benefit you for the next 10 days as we work together. So thank you everybody for listening to this morning's episode. I have linked my Instagram account. I have also linked my TikTok account. I've gone and linked Adam's account as well, because that's a great resource as well, even if you're not doing this particular challenge, if you're interested in getting out a loan or debt recycling and so forth. And again, a reminder, TikTok is where there'll be additional information and a longer explanation of each daily task. All right, everyone, so excited. Let's do this. Bring on 2025. This is Sugar Mama's Fire Play, and thank you for listening.